Wrestling Zone 1 script. WWE Raw the 25th of May 2026 OBA FEMI vs Roman Reigns World Heavyweight Championship. Cold open, no music, no intro. Straight to war. They told us Roman Reigns was done. They told us the Tribal Chief era was over. They told us a new generation had taken the throne, and then WWE looked every single one of us dead in the eyes, hit rewind on 5 years of storytelling, and said, nah, not yet. Roman Reigns is back on Raw for the World Heavyweight Championship against the most physically terrifying human being walking planet Earth right now, OBA FEMI. And I need you to stop whatever you are doing right now, because what happened on the 25th of May 2026 was not just a wrestling match. It was a declaration, a line drawn in the sand, a moment that either marks the beginning of the most electric era in Raw history, or the moment WWE proved, once and for all, that they are absolutely terrified of building new stars without the safety net of Roman Reigns. I am not calm. I refuse to be calm, and by the time this video is over, neither will you. Segment 1, the setup. Let's rewind the clock just a little bit, because context matters, because history matters. Because if you don't understand how we got here, you cannot fully appreciate the magnitude of what just happened. OBA FEMI, say that name slowly. OBA FEMI. This man walked out of NXT like a wrecking ball wrapped in lightning. 6'5", 270 plus pounds of pure athletic nightmare. The man moves like a cruiserweight but hits like a freight train. He is the kind of gene-rational physical specimen that Vince McMahon used to dream about signing, and Triple H, to his enormous credit, actually developed. OBA FEMI didn't just win the NXT Championship, he destroyed the NXT Championship scene, chewed it up, and arrived on the main roster with something rare in this business: legitimate momentum that the crowd was ready to believe in. And the World Heavyweight Championship, he didn't just win it, he seized it. He planted his flag and dared anyone to take it from him. So here's my first question for the comments, and I want thousands of answers on this one. Trivia drop 1. Before the 25th of May 2026, did you genuinely believe OBA FEMI was ready to be the top guy on Raw? Not a top guy, the top guy. Drop your honest answer below, yes or no, and defend it. Segment 2, Roman's return. Context. Now, Roman Reigns, the man who was the Tribal Chief for over 4 years, the man who made the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship simultaneously relevant by wearing both of them, the man who turned the most hated character in WWE history into the most compelling villain the company has produced since the peak of the Attitude Era. Roman Reigns didn't just have a title reign, he had a dynasty, but dynasties end. Cody Rhodes ended it at Wrestlemania, and Roman stepped back, took time, and we were told in the language of wrestling television that the torch had been passed. Except, had it really? Because here comes Roman Reigns on Raw, the 25th of May 2026, locked and loaded for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the moment that music hit, you know what music I'm talking about. That music, the arena didn't just react, it erupted. Not politely, not with a golf clap of nostalgia. It erupted in a kind of visceral, gut punch pop that reminds you why this man is, was, and possibly always will be the most important figure in WWE's modern era. And that reaction right there is exactly why WWE keeps coming back to this well. Because Roman Reigns sells tickets. Roman Reigns trends on social media. Roman Reigns makes casual fans tune in. And you cannot be angry at the business logic even when the creative logic makes you want to flip a table. Trivia drop 2. What is Roman Reigns' longest ever title reign, and which championship was it? First person to get it exactly right in the comments gets pinned. Go. Segment 3, the match breakdown. Now let's talk about what actually happened inside that ring. Because the build-up was electric, but the match itself was something else entirely. From the opening bell, this was not a wrestling match. This was a collision of eras. Roman came in with that calculated, methodical pace. He has always been a master of controlling tempo, of making the match move at his speed, of psychologically suffocating an opponent before the real damage begins. He targeted OBA's midsection early. Smart, clinical, vintage Roman. But OBA FEMI did not flinch. That is the thing about this man that people who write him off don't understand yet. He is not intimidated by legacies. He does not care about your Hall of Fame career or your Wrestlemania moments or the fact that an entire arena just lost their minds when your music played. He looked at Roman Reigns the way a lion looks at another lion, with pure, cold, respectful hunger. The near falls in this match were insane. The sequence around the 15-minute mark where Roman hit the Superman punch only for OBA to catch him mid-air and turn it into a slam. I had to rewind that 3 times. 3 times. That was not supposed to happen. That is not in Roman's playbook. And the split second of genuine shock on Roman's face, that was not acting, brother. That was real. Trivia drop 3. In your opinion, what is the single greatest near-fall sequence in Raw history? Not WrestleMania, not a pay-per-view. Specifically Raw. Drop your pick and let's debate it in the comments. Segment 4. The controversial layer. Now, I have to address the elephant in the room. I have to, because I would be a sellout if I didn't, and this channel does not do sellout content. Was Roman Reigns the right choice to challenge OBA FEMI right now? Because here is my honest, unfiltered, passionate opinion, and you are absolutely free to fight me on this in the comments. Part of me is angry. Part of me sees a locker room full of hungry, talented, deserving superstars who have been grinding on Raw week after week, building their characters, earning their pops, paying their dues, and I see WWE going back to Roman Reigns for a major championship match instead of elevating someone new to that level. Where is Bronson Reed in all of this? Where is Ivar? Where is the next guy who gets to have their Roman Reigns moment, the moment where the whole world looks at them differently? WWE has a habit, and it is an infuriating, momentum-killing, audience-insulting habit of manufacturing scarcity around new stars by constantly surrounding them with established names instead of just trusting the audience to get behind someone new. OBA FEMI deserves opponents who make him look like the biggest star in the room. Full stop. Trivia drop 4. Name one superstar currently on the Raw roster. Not Roman, not Cody, not a legend who you believe deserves a World Heavyweight Championship match right now more than anyone else. One name. Your case. Comments. Now. Segment 5. What the match means for OBA's future. But here is where I want to give WWE credit, and I mean this sincerely, because I am not a hater, I am a fan with standards. The way this match was booked, regardless of the outcome, has done something massive for OBA FEMI. You don't get put in a main event World Heavyweight Championship match against Roman Reigns on Raw unless WWE sees something extraordinary in you. Full stop. That is not a match that happens by accident. That is not a match that happens because someone drew a name out of a hat. That is a deliberate, high-level creative statement that says, this man is the future of this show. And whether OBA retained, or whether Roman walked out with gold, which we are going to talk about right now, the moment OBA FEMI stood across the ring from Roman Reigns and did not blink, he leveled up. Permanently. You cannot UNC that. The audience cannot unfeel what they felt watching this man go hold for hold, power for power, will for will against the most decorated superstar of his generation. Trivia drop 5. Be honest, going into this match, what was your predicted outcome? Who did you think was walking out as World Heavyweight Champion? And were you right? Drop it below. Segment 6. The finish and the fallout. The finish of this match, and I am going to be deliberate here because the finish is where WWE either nailed it or fumbled it completely. The finish was chaos. Beautiful, brilliant, deliberate chaos. The kind of finish that does not end a story, it ignites one. Because whatever happened in those final moments on the 25th of May was not a conclusion. It was a prologue. And the Raw after this, the pay-per-view build-up after this, the promo packages and the confrontations and the in-ring psychology that follows, that is where we find out if WWE actually has a long-term vision here, or if this was just a rating spike disguised as storytelling. I have been burned before. We have all been burned before. Red herrings, fake turns, promising feuds dropped cold, title reigns ended for no reason. We have all sat here and watched WWE blow up something great because they panicked, or because they pivoted, or because someone backstage changed their mind on a Tuesday afternoon. But right now, in this moment, I am choosing to believe. I am choosing to believe that whoever is holding that World Heavyweight Championship after this episode of Raw is holding it as part of something bigger. Something with architecture. Something with intention. Trivia drop 6. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you currently trust WWE's long-term booking? 1 being they will ruin this within 3 weeks, and 10 being Triple H has a master plan and I believe in it completely. Drop your number. I want to see the range. Segment 7. The bigger picture. Here is what Raw in 2026 means. Here is the context that casual fans miss and that hardcore fans sometimes forget to articulate clearly. Raw on Netflix changed everything. The stakes are different now. The audience is different now. There are people watching Roman Reigns vs OBA FEMI on the 25th of May who have never watched a wrestling match in their lives, and they are watching it next to a documentary about a serial killer and a 10-part prestige drama series. WWE is competing for attention in a way it has never competed before. That means main event matches on Raw cannot just be good. They have to be unmissable. They have to be the kind of content that makes someone pause their binge session of whatever show they were halfway through and go, wait, what is this? Why is this good? And OBA FEMI vs Roman Reigns, from everything that came out of the 25th of May was that match. It was the kind of match that justifies the Netflix deal, the kind of match that makes a new fan text their friend and say, "You need to watch wrestling." Trivia Drop 7. Has the Netflix deal made you watch Raw more, less, or about the same as before, and do you think it has improved the quality of the show overall? Real talk in the comments. Segment 8. Final assessment. So where does this leave us? Roman Reigns has reminded this industry for the 100th time that there is no such thing as a true retirement in professional wrestling when you are the caliber of Roman Reigns. He will always come back. He will always matter. He will always generate a reaction that younger talents are still years away from earning. That is not a knock. That is a fact. OBA FEMI has proven regardless of the result that he belongs at the top of this card. Not as a gatekeeper. Not as a transitional champion. Not as a placeholder. As the guy. As the man WWE is building this era around. And if they are smart, they protect that going forward. Trivia Drop 8. The final question. Where does OBA FEMI rank in your list of current WWE superstars? Not potential, not hype. Right now, today, is he your number one guy? If not, who is above him and why? Closing CTA Maximum Energy. This is the moment, right here, where you prove you are not just a casual fan who scrolled past. This is where you engage. If this video fired you up, if it said what you've been thinking, if it argued something you want to fight back against, if it made you feel anything, then you know exactly what to do. Smash that like button. Not tap it, smash it, because this kind of content doesn't get made by people who are comfortable. It gets made by people who care too much, who stay up too late, who rewind the same near fall 3 times because wrestling matters. Share this video with every wrestling fan in your life. Text it, post it, DM it. Because the wrestling conversation is only as good as the people having it, and your people need to be here. Subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 if you are not already on board, because we do not do fluff here. We do not do filler. We do not do "hey, the show was pretty good this week" energy. We bring the heat, every single time, and in the comments drop everything. Your reaction to this match. Your predictions for where this feud goes. Your OBA FEMI takes. Your Roman Reigns takes. Your WWE trust level. All of it. The comment section is the show after the show, and I read every single one. Roman Reigns vs OBA FEMI was not just a match, it was a warning shot, and the war is just getting started. Wrestling Zone 1. We don't just watch wrestling, we live it. Like, share, subscribe, comment. See you in the next one.